The diplomatic quarters aboard the Celestial Harmony hummed with the gentle vibration of faster-than-light engines. Alex stood before the viewport, watching distant stars streak past like silver threads against the cosmic tapestry. 3 months into humanity's first official contact with the Velrathi Empire, and he still couldn't believe Earth had been invited to join the Galactic Coalition. "Human Alex," a melodic voice called from behind him, "the princess requests your presence in the observation deck." He turned to face Rose, his fellow diplomat and the only other human aboard this massive alien vessel. Her auburn hair was tied back in a practical bun, and her blue Earth diplomatic uniform looked almost primitive compared to the shimmering attire of their alien hosts. "Again," Alex sighed. "That's the 3rd time this week. What did I do now?" Rose smirked. "You know exactly what you did. Ambassador Kelroth is still upset about the spicy food incident at last week's banquet." The observation deck was a cathedral of glass and metal, offering a panoramic view of the cosmos. Princess Solara stood at its center, her crystalline skin refracting the starlight into rainbow patterns. She was nearly 7 feet tall, with features that seemed both angular and graceful, utterly alien, yet somehow captivating. Her forearms were crossed in what Alex had learned was a gesture of deep contemplation among her species. "Ambassador Alex," she said, her voice carrying harmonics that no human throat could produce, "we must discuss your behavior at the cultural exchange yesterday." Alex exchanged a glance with Rose, who had followed him to the deck. "Your Highness, if this is about the dancing you told Ambassador Kelroth," Solara interrupted, her bioluminescent markings flickering with what might have been irritation, "that I was hotter than your ex. Explain this statement immediately." The observation deck fell silent except for the ambient hum of the ship. Alex felt his face flush red. He'd been speaking to Kelroth in what he thought was a private conversation, discussing Earth's varied temperature zones. Somehow, his casual comment had reached the princess. Alex STAMMERED. Rose stepped forward. "Your Highness, perhaps there's been a translation error. Human colloquialisms can be no," Solara said, moving closer to Alex with surprising grace. Her eyes, 3 of them, arranged in a triangular pattern, fixed on him with unsettling intensity. "My translators are flawless. You compared my thermal signature to a former romantic partner. This demands explanation." Alex took a deep breath. In HFY training back on Earth, they'd taught him that honesty was humanity's greatest diplomatic tool. Other species could detect lies through pheromones, electromagnetic fields, or psychic resonance. Humans had survived first contact by being refreshingly, sometimes brutally, honest. "Your Highness," he began, "on Earth, when we say someone is hot, we don't always mean temperature. It's a compliment about attractiveness." Solara's markings shifted to a deep purple confusion, Alex had learned. "Attractiveness? You find elevated thermal output aesthetically pleasing?" "Not exactly," Alex said, aware that Rose was trying not to laugh behind him. "It's metaphorical. We're saying someone is appealing, beautiful, or you find me beautiful." Solara stepped even closer. Her crystalline features caught the starlight, creating patterns that were genuinely mesmerizing. By human standards, this was dangerous territory. Humanity's acceptance into the coalition hinged on successful cultural integration. One wrong word could create an interstellar incident. "Your Highness," Rose interjected, "human aesthetic appreciation transcends species barriers. We find beauty in diversity. Your people, your architecture, your culture, it's all fascinating to us." But Solara wasn't looking at Rose. Her 3 eyes remained fixed on Alex. "But he said hotter comparative, implying I exceed his previous partner's attractiveness." Alex decided to commit to honesty. "Yes, Your Highness. When I saw you negotiate the trade agreements with the Korvath delegation, the way you defended the rights of smaller coalition members, your intelligence and strength, I was impressed. We humans, we find those qualities attractive. Not just physical appearance, but character, capability, passion." The princess's markings shifted through several colors Alex didn't recognize. "Fascinating. So this hotness is a holistic evaluation." "Exactly," Alex said, gaining confidence. "It's why humanity might seem strange to other species. We don't just mate based on biological compatibility or genetic markers. We fall for ideas, for kindness, for courage. We've married our partners for their terrible jokes, their cooking skills, their ability to make us laugh during hard times." Solara turned to gaze out at the stars. "The coalition has 14,000 member species. Most select partners through pheromone matching, social contracts, or reproductive necessity. But humans," she paused, "humans choose through emotional resonance. It's inefficient, Rose added with a smile, but it's us. The princess's markings settled into a warm gold color approval, perhaps understanding. Ambassador Kelroth was correct. Humans are indeed the strangest species we've encountered. She turned back to Alex, but perhaps not strange in a negative sense. Your Highness, Alex said carefully, I apologize if my comment was inappropriate. No, Solara said, and her markings flickered with what might have been amusement. I find your species approach ... refreshing. The coalition has become mechanical in many ways. Perhaps we've forgotten that beauty can be subjective, that attraction can be based on more than genetics. She moved toward the exit, then paused. Ambassador Alex, you will join me for tomorrow's negotiation with the Terran Mining Consortium. I wish to observe more of this human passion you mentioned. After she left, Rose punched Alex's shoulder. You just flirted with an alien princess and somehow made humanity look good. That's either brilliant diplomacy or incredible luck. Alex watched the stars streak past, a smile forming on his face. Maybe it's just humanity being humanity. We don't fit the galaxy's mold, and sometimes, that's exactly what they need. In the vast cosmic dance of civilizations, humanity had found its role not as the strongest, the smartest, or the most advanced, but as the species that reminded the galaxy what it meant to feel.